Bajans, hear me now. If I Errol Barrow could talk today, I got something to say. Why? Raise your flag, but open your eyes. If I Errol Barrow had to speak today, what I see would break my heart away. Nothing changed, just a mirror frame, same corruption, just a brand new name. My people, I'm sad to say, you reaping all you sow today. The pride and industry fade away, and now we fighting to find we way. Life at two extremes, I tell you so. Hope and hunger, high and low. Poverty mixing with champagne flow, but poor man still can't grow. Suffering and celebrating, starving while them still partaking. Bajans rise, time to break that spell. Stop showing contempt for yourself. Change when thieves lead the way. Corruption sweet when give us pay, and government take what poor man lay. Taxation high like mountain peak, while schools and roads still spring a leak. Them flying high, them living sleek, but poor man vice still 2 weeks. So tell me now, who you blaming? Who make the system shaming? Them raise the dead, destroy the cane. No migration needs the pain. You be leaders like the clay, and now me are playing God today. Talking sweet but turn away from the people who make she large. Say alright, let we rise again, take back pride, build Barbados from inside. And I, Errol, gone back to sleep again. Errol, but I pray next time I wake, my people go rise, rise, I say. Bimshar still alive. Need to revive us.
Lift your hands, Barbados. It's a new season, a new day. Together we rise, one people, one hope, one DLP.
We've been through trials, we've been through pain, but hope is rising like the morning rain. Voices of the people, strong and true. A brighter tomorrow is waiting for you. Honest voices, standing tall. Balance, justice, one and all. Trust restored. The people say a brand new dawn begins today. One family called, one Barbados, a place for all. Hope is rising, the vision clear. God bless this land we all hold dear. From north to south, east to west, we stand together, giving our best for justice and fairness. We answer the call. One DLP means hope for all. Honest voices, standing tall. Balance, justice, one and all. Hand in hand, we'll find the way. A brighter dawn begins today. blessed Barbados starts right here. One DLP, one family call, one Barbados, a place for all. Hope is rising, the vision clear. God bless this land we all hold dear. All people, one DLP, one family call, one Barbados, a place for all. Hope is rising, the vision clear. God bless this land. We all forever strong.
Yes, folks, it's me again. I'm here at this bridge, which was started some time ago. This bridge, which has caused some controversy, has caused the residents of Little Bay, Cove Bay, Well Road, and Pike Corner on a whole to express their concern over how this bridge was done and how long it has taken. Now this is the entrance from the waterway, going up the hill, coming down and flowing under this bridge, which has been raised, I believe, to accommodate the residents here and also the residents of Well Road. But the concern is, with this new water flow, how are we going to avoid the residents in the background at the exit of the bridge? How are we going to control the water when, as it is right now, the flow is going against what was there before, or what we consider natural flow? As you can see, at the end there's a natural waterway, which is somewhat different now that this new bridge is in play. My question is, what was told to the residents here in Pike Corner? What was the kind of consultation? As I understand it, they've had a town hall meeting, but what was really explained to these residents with regards to how this bridge is going to be done here at this junction? As you can see, there's no signage, there's no plans, but as it is, we are here kind of wondering how this bridge is going to be completed. And then I spoke to a couple of the residents here at the corner of the road. The resident here at the corner, his concern has been always, when at the completion, what is going to happen to the water flow and how is it going to affect his home. There's a resident above his home on the opposite side of the waterway, who also have expressed that concern, having gone through the problem before with the old bridge, the last downfall that we had in rainfall. Another problem we have here as well is how the residents has endured this inconvenience for a number of years, for a number of months. Residents have to take a walk down these stairs, as I am doing right now. These are the stairs that residents have to walk down to get to Little Bay and Cove Bay. And these residents also have to take the bus which comes through this road. Now, this has been a long time, and without answers to their questions, this has affected their community. And as I said before, our communities must come first. We need to have this resolved. And we need to have an answer for the questions that have been asked for over a period of time. I hope and I pray that we can have these answers and also have a completion of this bridge as soon as possible in the future.
Look at this one, man.
Yeah.
Okay. This one.
Yeah.
This one, David. Yeah, David. Fix this one back. Just tell me when. Good night and welcome to another episode of DLP TV. And I should make it clear when I say another episode, the final episode for 2025. We've had a good year. We've had a year in which we have educated Barbadians. We've educated Barbadians politically. We've presented the best of candidates that will face the polls in the next election. We've presented most of the candidates of the Democratic Labour Party. Tonight we're talking about voices of the youth for the youth. So what am I doing here if we're talking about youth? We've brought along the youth though to talk about the youth. Voices of the youth for the youth. Last program in this year, I'm here with the youth. I'm no young person, but they've allowed me to come along and join them. Tuesdays is normally the youth night. Thanks to this panel, this outstanding panel, for allowing me. To my far right, the heart and soul of the city. On Christmas morning, this young man, again, Christmas morning, this young man was in the city sharing with the youth, with the young people, and the parents of the youth as well. We are absolutely certain that Rowe will register success. He's already registering success even before polling day. He is registering success in the hearts and minds of the people of the city. He is absolutely committed to the welfare of the people in the city. Rowe, welcome to DLP TV.
Good evening, sir. Thank you very much, man. Good evening, everyone. Just a quick, a little thing about the toy drive.
Yes, please.
The toy drive started because when I was about 11 years old, my favorite toy was gifted to me by a stranger, which was a G.I. Joe set from Cape Shepherd.
G.I. Joe set from Cape Shepherd.
So that was gifted to me from a stranger.
Yes.
And growing up, I used to watch Home Alone too. That was my favorite Christmas movie.
Yes.
When he spent the night in New York.
Yes.
And for him as a little boy out there, it seemed lonely and cold.
Mm-hmm.
But then when he woke up Christmas morning, he saw his family, and he were in a position that he could also share love to the lady that was keeping the birds.
Yes.
He took the token to give it to her. So I'm saying that to say is that for me the toy drive is not for any political gain.
Right.
The toy drive was started because I was gifted
Yes.
my favorite toy from a stranger.
Yes.
So I want to be in a position that I can give a child that favorite toy. At some point I would let that child say, yo, my favorite toy came from that man, Rowe boy and that team.
Yes.
Because your parent might not give you the favorite toy. I'm not saying that people in the city can't afford toys.
Yes.
What I'm saying is that I want to be that person
Yes.
that give a favorite toy. Because a stranger gave me my first favorite toy.
And you get a sense of fulfillment from seeing people happy.
Yes, sir.
That was my Christmas message. You get a sense of fulfillment when you give
Yeah.
with the knowledge that you're making people happy. And I'm interested that you say that it was not so much about politics, it was about love.
Correct.
And you've brought love into your politics.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Most welcome. The next candidate is, we're moving from the urban to the rural. I don't think he was born in rural Barbados. In fact, he's a Black Rock man, as the Calypso says, a born and bred Black Rock man.
And that's correct.
Ramon Goodman, he's been doing fantastic work in St. Andrew. Muscular fella, and he will need those muscles as he's climbing the hills of St. Andrew, I'm told. And then he climbs down into Orange Hill.
That's correct.
Like Punka all over St. Andrew.
Yeah.
Ramon Goodman, welcome.
I want to say good night to the good people of the St. Andrew constituency.
Yes.
Originally from Black Rock, yes.
Yes.
But my heart,
Your heart.
actually, in the St. Andrew constituency. Played a lot of cricket.
Yes.
That's that down that side. Played a lot of cricket.
In St. Andrew?
That is correct.
Really?
Yes, yes. And to be honest with you, most of my activity, most of my learning, most of my socializing, that side as well too.
Cricket, you making rents?
Well, sometimes.
What about road tennis?
No.
You play
no
road tennis?
No, please, no.
So I could beat you road tennis.
Of course
easily.
you can.
But I'm
Yes.
looking for a road tennis partner in this
Yes,
party.
of course.
Jan 51.
Yes,
Thanks
yes,
for coming
yes.
along, Ramon.
That's
We're
correct,
going to have a
yes.
good time tonight.
Thank you. Yes.
Thanks. Should I say we've left the best, gentlemen, don't get jealous, the best for last, the best of St. Michael West, all newly minted candidate for the constituency of, I feel as if I'm introducing a boxer. He's everything but a boxer. This man is cool and calm. We nominated, the party nominated and ratified young Damien Fanus. I know that those of you, especially in the diaspora, your hearts are gladdened tonight. You've been asking for Damien Fanus to be a candidate for this party. God moves in mysterious ways. Complete that saying. His wonders to perform. And wonders were performed at George Street last night when, in large numbers, the party said, this is the man for St. Michael West. This is the man for St. Look, you've made me so happy. I had to give you a hug last night.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I did. Damien Fanus, talk to your people, please.
Thank you, first of all, Comrade Leader.
Most welcome.
I am most humbled.
Yes.
I am most humbled. I am also very excited. To the people of St. Michael West, I have been blessed with glorious purpose. As of 24 hours ago, the General Council and the Executive, they unanimously, basically, ratified me as your new candidate going into the general election, representing the Democratic Liberal Party for the constituency of St. Michael West. I've already informed the leader and the General Secretary that of my intention. I am accepted and I am blessed to be your representative. It would be remiss of me if I do not first say, praises to God.
Praises to God.
Praises to God. To
Sure.
God be the glory, great things He has done.
That's right.
Because my story is one of coming from nothing to something. And I am emotional.
Yes.
I am emotional to see that I came up with no CXCs, to have a love of a sport that saved my life and educated me along the way.
Yes.
To know I am an attorney at law,
Lovely.
a candidate,
And a good attorney too.
and a good attorney too.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And could be, with God's grace and the support of the constituents of St. Michael West, their representative going into Parliament.
Lovely.
I am truly, truly, truly grateful. I also must thank the General Council
Yes.
for their faith in me, their unanimous faith.
Yes.
I must also thank the St. Michael West branch
Yes.
for putting forward my name.
Yes.
And most especially must give a special shout out to the chairman of the branch.
Yes.
Because Julie Austin, she saw something in me and she put forward my name.
Yes.
And I appreciate you and I look forward to working with you. So,
Executive Council.
Executive Council.
They thank them as well.
Yes, the Executive Council as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
My apologies. Now, I have a dream, St. Michael West, and I want to share that with you. I believe that our constituency can be the rudder that steers the ship of Barbados. I have a dream of where we can stretch the economic activity of Bridgetown into the urban part of St. Michael West. I have a dream of where sports can save our young people and drive them into an avenue of earning through sport and education, because as I said, sports saved my life. Sports took me out of the street. Sport took me into a Defense Force sports program that educated me. It made me into a qualified teacher. It allowed me to achieve first class honors in psychology. Allowed me to be an attorney at law, and now allowed me to be your candidate going into this general election, whenever it is called. And I want our young people to bet on themselves. And if you have to bet on yourself, use me as a blueprint. because everybody loves a comeback story. And there's nothing more inspiring than knowing that you may have failed early but succeeded there. I want to drive that message to the youth in my canvassing and going into the constituency. I want to also pay special attention to those artisans that live in the constituency, those individuals who have carpentry skills, masonry skills, those individuals who have elderly care skills. We will deploy you into the constituency to help those people who are most vulnerable. And we will pay you because that is an investment in you. Because the principles of Barrow, he said that the Barbadian people are our most precious resource. Do you know what? If you really take a deep analysis into those words, he's basically saying that the Barbadian people are more precious than any mineral in the ground.
That's right.
He's saying that you are more precious than gold. He's saying you're more precious than platinum. He's saying that you're more precious than oil. And we need to get back to those principles where we invest in our people and invest in our youth. And most importantly, our elderly. Our elderly, we need to take care of them. They are the foundation of which we build constituencies and communities. We cannot leave them out. I want to implement policy that takes care of those individuals who would have been the cornerstones and give birth to children who then went on to give birth to other children that filled the constituency. But most importantly, I want to tell you what you as a constituency mean to me. Because even though I was born in the constituency of South Central, I've spent so much time in St. Michael West. Many nights I would have gone to the theater, the Globe. The Globe. Yeah, the Globe. $10 show. When it was an athlete, when we had our off seasons, we used to traverse all through Hinesbury and when we going on our long runs. And even more importantly, when they transitioned to Barbados Defense Force, I used to go back on those long runs just to get to the stadium, to get as much distance. So you also had a hand in my success. I also want you to know that my lineage started with you. My mother's mother, my grandmother, she used to live in President Kennedy Drive. That's where my lineage started. More importantly, I would have, with my other family, they're not family by blood, but they called them my family the Burts. They lived on Westbury Road, and as a teenager, that was a house of refuge. That house kept me out of trouble. We need to get back to investing in our people. And I need your help to spread the word. I plan to have cordial relationships with you, and I can't wait to meet you, but I need you to spread the word. I need you to spread the word and say there's a new sheriff in town. And he's speaking that Creflo dollar, that prosperity, that investment in our people.
Beautiful.
Because we need to get back to the Barrow principle of investing in our human resource.
And in our youth.
And in our youth.
Yes.
I look forward to seeing you. I can't wait to get out there and talk to you. I love you and I appreciate you, and I appreciate the support you've shown me on DLP TV. And in hindsight, really thinking about it, it's only appropriate that this announcement was made here.
Yes.
Because this is where it was first introduced to all of you.
Yes.
So I can't wait to see you, and we got some work to do.
We got some work to do. And Damien, while you were speaking, I was listening to you and reading the board. People are ecstatic. People are so happy that you have joined the team of candidates. There's Dero applauding.
No doubt.
Even on the
No
set.
doubt. No doubt.
And I want to say to Barbadians, this is what the Democratic Labour Party is about. As Damien said, investing in young people. He spoke to you, did not have a script. He spoke to you from the heart. What you heard, that monologue just now from Damien Fanus, came from his heart. And the heart is always the place of love. And he has demonstrated a love for this party, a love for his colleagues. I saw them dancing a few weeks ago at DLP headquarters in the canteen there, and I wanted to get my phone and video them secretly, but I couldn't get the right angle. The point is, these young people in the party are not only candidates, but they've become friends. And this Democratic Labour Party, through this program, the young man to my right, he has been here just about every Tuesday and Thursday. Ramon, Goodman, the other young man, Rowe, when we call him 5 minutes to 7, he down here at 7 because he wants to talk to his people. These are all people, young people here tonight who love people, and that is important. And this Democratic Labour Party is demonstrating a commitment to the youth, not in any patronizing way, not by bringing me, who is not a young man any longer, but bringing young people and presenting them to the people of Barbados. It is quite possible that one of these young men will lead this party at some point in time, but they're not interested in that. They're interested in team. They're interested in being part of a team. They're interested in pulling this party up. Young Ramon, young Damien, young Dale. That is their interest. That is their concern. That is their commitment. I've been reading the board while Damien was speaking. One person said she's crying. I don't remember the name. Was it Lashley? Miss Lashley said she's crying. Of course, Esther Blue she's over the moon. Lemuel Tull, extremely happy. Y'all can read the board. Look, they're talking Damien. Damien, we're so happy for you.
Thank you so very
Thanks
much.
for choosing us. Thanks for choosing us. And it took a while. But you know, they always say the finest steel goes through the hottest fire. You've gone through some fires.
Yes, I have.
Because it is not easy. The process of being chosen as a candidate is not easy. They talk and talk and talk in the public. They don't know what they're talking about. To become a candidate for this party, man, they take you through the hoops.
It is
They
grueling.
take you through the hoops of fire. The branch, selection committee. We met executive council last night and then the general council, and it was a real relief when at general council all the hands went up into the air.
Yeah.
A room filled with people and the hands went up into the air, and that's why Esther Blue and Monica and all of them, look at them, they're saying congratulations Shirley, 4852 from Canada. She is happy. We're all happy tonight. So we have three of our young candidates. This is the future of the party. It's not about people in my age group. We're doing this for these young people here, and these young people here are making a commitment to do it for the other young people of Barbados, to draw the young people of Barbados to the politics of this country. The politics of this country is not about being a celebrity. It is committing yourself to serve. It is about service, and that is what this Democratic Labour Party is about. Now I want to start by talking to all three of you about your constituency. Just tell us something. Give us a synopsis of the constituency you're representing. Who's the opening batsman? There we go.
Yes, sir.
First ball at me. First ball at you. One moving away outside the off stump. Don't recover.
Correct. You know, the city have a lot of areas that we can identify. There are 9 things that I can identify. You know, one, we need to do a serious cleanup program in the city.
Cleanup program.
Yeah, you know, all the old buildings, the areas that have the housing. A lot of people do a lot of illegal dumping.
Yes.
So, you know, we need an immediate cleanup program to revitalize the city, because a lot of businesses are going out to the city. So we still need to, you know, attract that sense of, you know, bringing that business to the city so we can empower the city and empower the people around.
So commerce in the city is
It's dipping. Yeah.
It's dipping, yeah.
And then, you know, during the toy drive, the diversification as it relates to how much money you said it was that
225 million that they want to ship out of Barbados. Taxpayers' money.
Correct. And you know, when we spoke to business owners, they were so annoyed that they cannot receive this opportunity to pay staff, to grow their business. And you know what will happen if the government put that money into the local economy? It's just going to grow the business.
Precisely.
More businesses, more employment, more hours, because our businesses have very good products to offer in Bridgetown. You know, we need to look at parking. We need to look at bathroom facilities. You know what I mean? And that's just commercial.
Yes.
But outside the commercial, you know, we need to look at the toilet situation.
The residential. Let's go to the residential. Then.
Yeah, so you know,
I'll plead the case for the people in the residential part of Bridgetown.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. I don't think that we should be approaching 2026 and persons still have pit toilets.
Yes.
I think that that any government should take a stance and let to eradicate all pit toilets. Take some money and really invest into the city to you know, bring the standard of living up.
Yes.
You know, when I walk the city, you know, a lot of the areas, everybody's so friendly, so caring, and you know, these persons really need. The city have been neglected.
Yeah. So even amidst the neglect, you're still finding
Love.
love. Yeah.
You know, Sunday morning,
Yeah.
guys
That's
call
home.
me.
That's home.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
call me, invite me for Ito.
Ito.
Yeah. So you know, at this house, the guys cook food every Sunday. And
You and I went into Bayland sometime.
yeah, so we went to the BL on a Sunday
A
as well.
Sunday.
Correct.
Earlier this year.
Earlier this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We,
So-
we didn't have Ito though.
We didn't have
But
Ito.
what they had, you and I did not drink.
Yeah. No alcohol. You know, pitfall is one. Lighting. There are
Lighting.
areas in the city that need lighting. Download lane. You have
That
areas
road.
in-
Yeah, call the names. Show the
areas
people
in
that you know.
BLN, you have
Constituency.
areas in Orleans, and then
Right.
when you're going down Swerber's Lane, at the end of the Swerber's Lane, there are some elderly people that live there, and there's no street light. So those elderly people feel unsafe.
Unsafe.
You know, so there are so many areas that need lighting. The roads.
Yes.
So those roads are ridiculous.
Where?
Bayland.
Bayland.
Those persons have not. Those roads have not been fixed since they said in the 90s.
Really?
Yeah, and those roads are very, very, very bad. In Bayland, you have some serious potholes in Damien Lane, Orleans. Orleans also, when you get minor rain flood, when you get minor rain, areas in Orleans flood all the way to your ankle.
Really?
So persons can't enter their home or exit their home.
Right,
So
right.
like the rain might not affect you and I or persons all over Barbados, but in the Orleans area, Chapman Lane area,
Yeah.
those areas still flood.
But Bridgetown is low lying generally. Yeah. So all the water comes from St. Thomas
Straight down.
straight into Bridgetown.
And then you know the a lot of the sewage need cleaning out.
That's the problem in the city as well.
You know, so there are things that I think that a government should just focus on and make the conditions and the people, make the conditions for the people a lot better. And these things are quick fix.
Yes.
Because you know why I say it's a quick fix? Because the same way we can take $100,000 and put it in a football. Football is good. I'm not knocking football, but what I'm saying, to make people feel like human beings, these are things that a government should be responsible for.
Yes.
We as a people should not be asking for roads, clean up
We
programs.
pay for it.
Yeah,
Taxes.
Taxes.
We pay for it. So the government shouldn't be getting applause for fixing a road.
correct,
And you should not be begging for a road.
correct.
It's standard.
And
You pay
then-
your taxes, you get your roads.
Yeah, and then one of the other issues that I see right now, a lot of young people are unemployed, are underemployed in the city.
We're gonna come to that later. We're gonna come to that later. Yeah, but you can talk about it.
Yeah,
You can talk about it.
so like, where is the love? Where's the representation?
Yes.
The young people need someone that hear them, that understands them, because look, if you leave school with 2 or 3 CXCs, all right, better yet, perfect example. There's a young gentleman, very intelligent, and at current, he is homeless because he was working,
Yes.
work is not steady, and he's renting. He paid $250 a week in rent. So now he is, begging different friends to stay there. A young man
At their house.
at their house
In the city.
In the city. So for me, where is the opportunity for young people? If that is happening in the city, that is also happening all over Barbados. So where is the voice? Where is the help for the young people? So then now, it would then put a young male to say, you know what, this life, this world is cruel. So the only thing I can do to get by, sell drugs. You're gonna then force that young male to sell drugs. You're working minimum wage. It's not enough to pay rent. I know you're homeless. Can't land a job because when you use the city address, persons also look down. So you might have an associate degree from community college, but your address is the city, and a person may have the same associate degree, but might come from Crystal Heights.
Yes.
And that person would get through before. So that is something that we as a country, as a government, need to look at. Because if we want to tackle crime, we have to tackle the root cause of
Precisely.
crime.
Precisely.
The root cause of crime.
And the circumstances in
And
which
the
people are
circumstances.
forced to live.
Yeah, and then like housing. We need proper housing. We need a proper housing program, because housing in the city, so much people coop up in rooms, And when these people rent these rooms, the conditions are really bad. These persons can't qualify to get a mortgage because working on minimum wage, collecting $420 a week, that's $16.80 a month. To qualify for a good loan, you have to be permanently employed for a minimum of 2 years, and working at $1,600 a month, you could only qualify you, let me say, approximately $100,000.
Yeah.
And $100,000 cannot get you a mortgage. It could only get you land.
That's correct. That's correct. That's the voice of the city. A good voice in representation of the people of the city. Let's go from the city. Let's go to the other far end of Barbados.
Yes.
Ramon.
Ramon.
I almost said
That's
Raymond.
correct.
Which do you do?
Ramon.
Raymond or Ramon?
Ramon.
Ramon. You're a Ramon.
Yes,
Ramon
Ramon.
Goodman.
Well,
talk to your good people about St. Andrew.
Where do we start?
At the beginning.
At the beginning. Right?
Yes.
No, I want to first congratulate my brethren,
Yes.
Damien Fanus. He knows how we really feel about this ratification, right? And then I want to commend you, the leader of the opposition,
Thank you.
the president of the Democratic Labour Party. You give young people a voice.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to say it again. The Honorable Ralph Thorne, he gives the young people of this party, the young people as well outside of the party, a voice.
No, not a voice, a real voice.
A real voice.
Because
a real voice.
other people give young people a voice, but a scripted voice.
But there we go. There we go.
So a real voice.
So
Thanks.
commendations
Thank you very
must
much.
go to you.
Thank
No
you
doubt
very
about it. And I say this on DLP TV a lot. You know, sometimes you're not here,
Oh, really?
but I'm going to actually be able to say it to your face.
Yeah,
now.
I watch it late at night. when I
No
go
problem.
home.
Yes. Whenever I reach out to you as a young man, you respond, and that is for me. I feel really good about that.
Yeah.
You know.
Thank you.
Yes, you're extremely busy,
Yeah.
but you find the time as a young man to listen to.
Even with a class hands or a thumbs up.
That is correct.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Parliament and no parliament.
Yes,
right?
thank you very much.
Yes. So,
Right.
as I traverse the constituency, obviously one of the main issues is the roads.
Roads.
And the reality of it is that is a serious pain point for the people of the St. Andrew constituency. Even the Orange Hill Road, the road there that goes right up Orange Hill,
Yes.
that is in a very deplorable state, extremely deplorable. You know, and then right in front of the representative's office, the road is in a horrible state as well.
In front of the
Right in front of the office, right in front of the office. So that is one of the issues in which the people of the St. Andrew constituency they have. Another issue, activities in the constituency. The people of Chalky Mount, they would love some place to play the football, play some cricket, but there are no areas at all for them to play the sports, right? But they love sports in the community. Absolutely love sports. There are a lot of young people out there who want some place to play. They usually have to play on a little small area in the constituency, and not very happy about that.
They
at all.
lost one of their outstanding former schoolboy athletes. I think Moss Best. I don't know if
Yes.
you know that.
No,
name.
the name isn't
Recently.
familiar.
He's long before you were born. He was a schoolboy athlete back in the 1970s.
Yeah.
He worked at Customs.
Okay.
And I hope I'm not misleading the Best family. I think he died recently, right there, right? Moss Best.
Okay.
And St. Andrew, when I was at school, all the boys from St. Andrew were either good cricketers, good footballers, certainly they were good athletes.
Yeah.
And you were telling us, Ramon, that in a parish with such a strong history
It
of
is
sporting talent,
It is amazing.
beginning, of course, with the great Conrad Hunt, Sir
Yes,
Conrad
of
Hunt,
course.
that
of course.
sporting facilities for children,
Yes. Especially in the Chalky Mount area.
especially in the Chalky
Yes.
Mount area.
It saddened me. I
Yeah.
played a lot of cricket in the Belle Plaine area. Belle Plaine, they don't have a team now.
Our campaign manager is a St. Andrew man.
Yes,
Don't call
they
his
do
name
not.
yet.
That's no
He is
problem.
a St. Andrew man,
You know-
outstanding Barbadian, a
Yes.
really outstanding Barbadian
Yes,
family.
they do not have a team. So that really struck me right
So
here.
what happened to
Right.
Isolation Cavaliers?
Well, they're still around.
still
Yes,
around.
definitely.
And they had a bell playing cricket team.
That is correct. That is no longer.
That's-
The bell playing cricket team is no longer.
no longer.
Right? But the Isolation, I want to shout out and big up Isolation Cavaliers.
Isolation, yes, please.
One of the best grounds in Barbados.
Oh yes.
Not just the constituency, but in Barbados.
In fact, a few years ago, I played there, and they told me,
Mm-hmm.
one of the fellas from the team said, we're going to give you 10 cents for every pebble you can find on the field. I
Yeah.
didn't get 1 10 cents.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It was actually
Really well kept field.
a man, a gentleman, in which I remembered he was a fast bowler. His name is Green.
Green.
Right? When I was going to school at Alexandra,
Yeah.
he would play for ball playing. He was extremely quick. He could have bowled 23 overs on a trot.
Really?
Yes, on a trot.
23?
23 overs on a
Fast?
trot. Fast.
Where is he now?
Decent pace. Well, he's still in the community, but obviously they don't have a team.
Yeah.
Right? But I remembered some fiery spells. Me watching at the non-strikers end, not one to get up to the other end to face the fast bowler because he was quick.
So you hold it in
He was quick. Yeah, the gentleman pushed the ball through covers, and I say, no, stay. Stay. No.
What's happening with White Hill?
White Hill. They're trying to obviously sort out the road, pave the road there, but it's currently just the mall and so forth.
So it's not finished? White
It's
Hill
not
is
finished. It's not finished yet. No,
Okay, on the more pleasant side, the pottery is still going?
No, I have visited the pottery, right?
I can
And
ask you these questions
of
because I
course.
know you all over say.
Of course, right? Let's talking about.
I'm confident that you
Of
have
course,
answers.
right? And I visited the pottery personally, right? And my question is, why there isn't a buy-in where these ornaments are concerned, plates and so forth of one of the highest
it's still
qualities.
going?
Yes, one of the
Tourists
highest.
managing to get it
Well,
going?
that's the thing. No, they reported a slight shift in the attendance of the tourists. You know,
Because of the road
that
situation?
is correct.
Yeah, that's
You
unfortunate.
know, so and the plates are of top class quality, and it'd be nice if they can bill out to obviously more people.
So what do the young people in St. Andrew do now?
There we go.
Let's say a 15-year-old boy. That's when the peak of your interest in sports.
Yeah, of course.
is
of course.
alive.
Well, what you're finding a lot of video games,
Oh
in
my
the
goodness.
constituency.
Video
because
games.
I'm telling you now, right? When I traverse the constituency,
Mm-hmm.
they want to play sports. They have lots
And
of
it's not
energy,
happening for them.
and it's not happening because some of a lot of the facilities aren't available, especially in Chalky-Mouth.
Later, we're going to talk about clubs.
Of course.
Absence of club life in
Yeah.
Barbados. We're going to talk about that later.
Yes.
So that we've heard the urban, we've heard the rural, and it is not a happy story.
No, unfortunately, it's not a happy story at all.
All young people are going to have a lot of work to do.
Yes, of
it's
course.
not only about winning,
Of course.
but what you do with that victory afterwards.
Yeah, of course.
And we're praying to God.
And
for
the
victory.
the sporting aspect of it really touched me, no doubt about it, because I still have that energy, and I still would indulge in some sports as well too, and to see young people not having the facilities to indulge in sports.
But you know what you're signing up for, Ramon?
Of course,
it's hard work.
of course,
Sacrifice.
lots of hard work.
Real sacrifice.
Yes, lots of hard.
Service to the people.
Of course, and then there's some areas. Well, some families, unfortunately, they don't have electricity. Actually
St.
working.
Andrew.
That is correct. Yes, working electricity. Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yes. So the young man. Again, we have a challenge with underemployment.
Underemployment.
Yes. They obviously they work 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Right.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
contract. But I know we're going to get into that.
Yes,
Into that.
yes,
Right? But
yes, yes.
that is some of the things that are happening. And then transportation as well.
Yes,
too,
tell us
right?
about that.
Now, if you're working, if you have to get to work for 8, you have to leave home at 5 a.m. in the morning.
8 o'clock in Bridgetown.
Yes, in Bridgetown.
And you
have
leave
to,
home at 5.
it's like you have to leave because of the transportation system.
But you get to town quicker if you walk the 3 hours.
That is correct, right? That is correct. So that was another pain area,
Yeah.
and if it continues, well, some people are even saying if it continues like this, the unemployment rate will go up because
Yeah.
they will become one of the statistics as well too, where unemployment is concerned. Because the situation is can't be constantly getting into the workplace late, right? I mean, the excuse, yes, some of the employers they know the situation, the transportation, but come on, you can't give that explanation every single day.
Now, a lot of people, not a lot, some people will say, oh, we haven't seen him yet. And I want to say to the public, it is not possible. It is humanly impossible to have seen these young men at this stage, for all of you to have seen them. You've seen a lot of people.
Yes, that's
but there's
correct.
still more to be seen.
That's correct.
And you're endeavoring to see all of them.
Yeah, that is correct.
Thank you very much.
And let me just say as well too, I would have started a canvas, obviously, and you would know, and everyone would know. And the reality of it, and it's so coincidental that sometimes when I go by household, they say, "Oh, I know you," rather through DLP TV, or that link. Obviously, I went to school at Alexandra.
Yeah.
That link between Alexandra, CP,
Yes.
Aline, and St. Lucie.
Yes.
A lot of
The
people
northern
live.
axis.
A lot of people in the St. Andrew
Yes,
constituency
yeah.
went to school at one of those schools. So believe it or not. So somebody will come out and they will say, "Oh, I saw you on DLP TV," or "I played cricket with you."
Plus, you were a
at school."
decent number 4 batsman.
Yes, that's correct.
Number four.
Three. Number three. Number four.
Oh, you were
Number three.
better
Number
than
four.
number four.
Yeah.
Number
Yeah.
three.
But I started off as a leg spinner. I turned it
Yeah.
enormous.
And then
enormous.
discovered that you had some Larry,
Yes, yes,
Brian
let's
Larry
turn
in
it.
you.
Yes, yes, of course. Right?
Lovely,
Of course.
lovely.
He's fine. Yes.
Okay.
Right? So yeah.
All right. The man of the moment. These gentlemen have agreed to defer. They even put you in the middle. You are like the king of the crown tonight. We had the urban, we had the rural, and now back to the urban.
Back to
St.
urban.
Michael West. When I was going to Wesley Hall, we got to Eagle Hall. The crossroads. Man, you used to get frightened because getting across that street by Map Shop, you know Map Shop,
I know
of course,
Maps,
used to be
yes.
very difficult.
Yeah.
Tell your audience something about St. Michael West. How is it going? How is it gone? Where are you looking to take it?
Well, the people that I've talked to so far, they've expressed that they're honestly tired.
Tired.
They're honestly tired. They're saying that most of the conversations that they have, they tell me that we need a change. We are not seeing any forethought going into any public policy in regards to just growing the constituency. They believe that there are things that need to be addressed. Obviously, you got the known culprits, bad roads, drainage,
Yeah.
you know, but those roads, like very, as you were saying by Eagle Hall, it is very dangerous to traverse that road, especially if you're a pedestrian.
Yes.
And we have to take into consideration the elderly when they have
The
to,
elderly,
when they
yes.
have to traverse
Yes.
that road. We need to come up with a better traffic system to help the elderly to get across that road safely.
This is the Eagle Hall Junction.
Yeah, the Eagle Hall Junction.
Still hazardous.
It's just still very hazardous. And sometimes you still see accidents happening there.
Really?
Yeah, so we have to really put some forethought and put some emphasis on at least trying to find a way to remedy that. I find that there are a lot of skilled individuals also inside of the constituency itself that they're not getting the opportunities to actually to play their trade, provide a service. You know, they need the government to come to them. You get me? Rather than just leaving them there and not looking to how you can develop the community, you just take $225 million and you give it to
Trip overseas.
people overseas and investors. They are really upset about that. One person really told me that I cannot believe that they're taking $225 million, our Barbadian currency, and literally giving it away when there are things that need to be done in the constituency. That constituency needs a dedicated pasture for recreation, for sport, for our elderly to walk and exercise. You know, because the Empire Ground is a private ground. They do a very
That's a private ground. Yeah.
They do a very good job, though. They do a very good job in allowing the community to come in.
Y'all did an excellent party on Saturday. by
Thank
the
you
way.
very much, and I appreciate your support,
Yes,
Comrade Leader.
yes, it was good to be there.
And I don't mean to.
Got some photos for you, by the way.
Yes, yes, you do.
Definitely some photos.
And I don't mean to digress, but I have to add on to what Ramon was saying. You showing up at the party meant a lot to me.
Oh, thank you.
And I wanted to save this for later, like coming on to the end, I was going to pull a sauce and co-op your show. Literally, I was going to co-op your show at the end and give you your flowers.
My flowers.
Give you your
Flowers.
flowers. Because I want the people to know that Comrade Leader, through his counsel and his guidance, would have guided me through this process in becoming a candidate. And you know, sometimes when things don't go your way, he would have said, listen, chin up.
Yeah.
Chin up.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
This is this is par for the course. You're tougher than this. Chin up. You know, and I appreciate that as a young man because I didn't have that a lot. I didn't have that a lot. And I want to translate all of that faith, all of that giving back into St. Michael West to our young people and show them that, listen, maybe the age of heroes and mythical creatures might be dead, you know, but there's still role models out there.
I want you to shout your former colleague, a hero of St. Michael West, Tino Best.
Listen to me.
Success story. Richmond Gap.
Listen to me.
Or President Kennedy Drive, which one? BDF Sports Program. Barbados Cricket. West Indies.
When I first met Tino, when I first came in, that first day, right after recruiting coming into the Barbados Defense Force Sports Program back home, Tino was a mythical figure.
Really?
Yes, he had a. He might not want me to say this.
You know, he did the show here with us a few weeks ago.
He went, but there was a cockiness and a swagger about Tino. Listen to me, Tino would just walk through the bar room with the chest up and the shoulders swinging, and you're just telling yourself, listen, that is the level of
self-esteem.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And he believed in himself, you know.
Yeah,
he really believed in himself, and you know, I said that is the level I would love to reach in my sport. That I know I'm good. I'm not just bragging about it. When I tell you it's not hyperbole. It's the truth. I am good. And Tino was a role model that I looked up to. And many times he would just see me and just talk to me like, and I'd be like, Tino Best is talking to me though.
Really?
Yeah, like Tino Best talking. He'd be telling Lil Man, listen, whatever it is that you want.
Lil Man.
Yeah, Lil Man. That's all he used to call you. Oh, he used to call you Lil Man.
He got that from his uncle Carlisle.
Yeah. Lil Man. Whatever it is that you want, work for it.
And he's very spiritual.
Yeah, he's very
And he used
spiritual.
to say the prayers in the cricket in the pavilion.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he played for Barbados and the West Indies, anytime there was an occasion for prayer, they turned it. Y'all didn't know that? Tino
No, I didn't know.
man.
Listen,
Yeah, very spiritual and very religious.
There is a relationship between prayers and achieving.
An achievement. You believe that?
I believe that you must pray. You must pray to the Father. And I need to give also my flowers to this gentleman here next to me. Ramon has supported me. Sauce, I appreciate you. You have
what
also.
You call him? Sauce?
Sauce boss.
Sauce boss. Remember the sauce boss?
Sauce supports me, and I appreciate Sauce. But let me tell you something about Rowe. Rowe is a very spiritual man too, you know. He tells me all the time, give thanks to the Creator.
Yeah.
And his question to me, Fanus, what is your why? Why are you here? What do you want? Once you know your why, pray about it and work for it and believe in yourself. He's telling me so all the time. All the time. And I appreciate that because I can tell you, getting here was not easy, but it was worth every single step.
Thank you. You want to say something?
Yes. Before you go on,
no, you feel free.
Yes,
feel free.
no problem.
This is your night, you know. This is your
show. I would have seen the show obviously with Tino. I was obviously behind the cameras.
Yeah.
And I had a Tino story to tell you. I played for at that point it was BCL. Right? Blenheim, their home ground was Blenheim.
Yes, that's correct.
BCL. And Tino was, that is correct. Yeah. Right? Tino was on the other side. We had a wet pitch. I'm actually number 3 batsman. Right? So I'm telling myself, you know, I know he's in his prime still, you know, but he had, I think he had stopped playing for West Indies at that particular time. So I said he might not be so quick. And the pitch was wet as well.
You're fooling yourself.
That is correct. So, and he came off of a short run, right? A very, very short run. I said, well, I have this thing covered now.
Yeah.
I got this thing. I got on my helmet. It's a wet pitch. Well, it's going to come on a little slower. It's not going to hit the back as hard. Let me tell you something. So I got into my stance and everything. I took my guard.
How were your hands going?
No, my hands were okay at that point of time. Right? I got into my guard, you know, the usual procedure. And he obviously started his run up. A couple steps.
Yeah.
I said, well, this can be easy here now. The first ball, I did not see the first ball, that ball. I did not see the first ball.
I can't tell you it went past your hand, your toe.
I did not see it.
You did not see it.
And by the time I did so, batter, The ball had already hit the keeper's gloves. Packs. So I know what's gonna happen here today. And the next ball, he bowled, and I just put my bat there, and I was out. And
How you got it?
out caught. Out caught. Yeah. But I was expecting him to be a little slower, finish cricket. But remember, he always kept fit. Right?
Yes.
That is something that I
Up to the
forgot.
day.
But I said that pitch, I have this covered. But I did not have it covered, obviously. For sure. Yeah, but that's a nice team
That's
on
the
best
Tino
story.
story.
Yes,
That's
a
Very,
nice
very
team on
valuable
best.
lesson. Just know, never underestimate.
Well, there we go. There we go. There we go.
This next gentleman here, we're going to punish him for coming late, but obviously he has a good excuse. You were in the field,
Well, no, I wasn't in the field, but I wasn't feeling so well.
or you weren't feeling well. This gentleman here, I do some posting on Facebook, and he has given me my most watched video. I think we're close to 20,000. My videos never reach 20,000. And I did a video of this young man walking from Grisette's up through the path.
20,000.
Steps.
The steps, but in my day, it used to be a little pathway
Oh, yes, yes.
coming up. And Jason was there with us, Jason. And Jason did a video with us. We weren't acting or anything, we just
No.
came up, and he's there. And I'm telling you where the boundary line is for St. Michael North, and that the right side is St. Michael Northeast. Thanks for giving me my most watched video on Facebook.
I appreciate it, and trust me, it was no trouble at all.
Good. And this is Jamal Sandiford, our candidate for St. Michael Northeast,
Northeast,
the
yes.
fourth member of this wonderful young panel here tonight. The future, not only the future, the present of the Democratic Labour Party, because
That's
in a
it.
few weeks, few hours maybe, y'all are going to be out there facing the polls at this tender age.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Barbadians have a lot to be thankful for, that we have assembled young men of your quality to face the
Indeed.
polls and to represent Barbados. Not only your constituents, but Barbados. We feel particularly proud that we've been able to bring young men of your quality to politics, because politics, a lot of people in Barbados don't like politics, and a lot of people don't like politics because it is throwing up the wrong types of behavior. And I am so happy that we have young men of your quality. I can vouch for all of you. Yeah, that when we go on, the party is in good hands. And not only the party, the country is in good hands. The constituency is in good hands. And the constituency of St. Michael Northeast is in good hands. Tell the public something about your work in St. Michael Northeast. Obviously, you haven't seen everybody yet,
That's it.
but you want to see as many as possible. It's physically impossible to see 100% of the people. So let's admit that.
But hey, that
But
is
I
true.
want you, young Jamal, to get into every neighborhood. You're not going to see everybody in there,
Correct.
but your endeavor is to get into every neighborhood. How are you finding St. Michael Northeast? Tell the public something.
I'll be very
You're being
honest.
watched by his father. His father in Boston is watching you right now, Damien's
Yes, he is.
father.
Okay.
So tell Damien's father something about St. Michael Northeast.
Well, what I'm going to say is that this constituency has been deprived of well representation for the past couple of years. I want a couple, but double digits, as we all know. I came here with a vision, and that is called C. Funny enough, C. The S stands for Civil Barbados. The first E stands for earlier employment, and the second E stands for earlier retirement, meaning you get to finish off already. And the reason is because a lot of people, especially senior citizens, are severely disadvantaged within the constituency. The young people don't really get to work, they don't really have employment, and it's a very, very critical issue, and it's actually quite chronic because it's not something that happens here and there, it happens pretty consistently, right? And my vision is to actually start to decrease the unemployment within the constituency. I've already made some moves in that regard. I've helped with some initiatives where we get young people to be more entrepreneurship, so they can start making money for themselves instead of depending on a boss. You know, and that is community upliftment I'm also developing and working on. With the seniors where they're concerned, I'm getting to find out that a lot of seniors are having issues in their older years, you know, with chronic diseases, and they really need people to help take care of them. And I know the government has systems in place for that, but it is not adequate enough. Everyone is not being touched. And that's why we're here to help reform the system. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just make sure that it's well greased and oil and doing what it's supposed to do. And that's why I'm here looking to accomplish. Where the safety is concerned, there are a few areas within the constituency that you hear people call it bad man places. For example, it was Hall. Especially when I was younger, it was not the safest place to feel in, right? However, we understand that this is coming from some of the same issues that you mentioned before, unemployment. When the young people are unemployed, they have a lot of time on their hands, and as my grandma used to always say, the devil is finding work for idle hands. So you need to fix that problem, because we can see the effect it's having, not just on the young people, but on the community by extension. So that is just some of the few issues that you're looking at fixing. I'm getting the sense that there's a warmth, and I'm being very well received and invited as I go through the many areas of the constituency. Comrade leader took me to Grisette's, and they went there even just yesterday again with one of my comrades, Damien Fanus.
Oh, did you? You
Yeah,
took
we
Damien
did.
to Grisette?
Yeah, we
What you
did.
doing in my village?
We had some constituents who had a bit of legal issues that they wanted some information on.
Great.
And I'm telling you, I am
You
not.
took a good lawyer.
Yeah, that's what I do. I try, if I can't fix a problem myself, I try to make sure you have good hands with me.
Yes.
And we all can think about it and find the best way.
So you're working
to go
together.
about it. We all are working together.
Beautiful.
We are together.
Gotta get Delroy Grisette's. Show me where Grisette's is.
I believe they are. Listen, they are.
Sir, Daryl has been over every
You know
inch
Grisette's
of
there?
Barbados.
Listen, he doesn't just know the city, you know.
He knows
He's well versed.
he has been in every inch of
The
Barbados.
first time I met you was on the play. Was it the
Yes,
play
sir.
field at Grisette?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that Saturday we did the
Saturday.
mass canvas.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's right. You had on some interesting shoes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He has a very good memory.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that you're very, very well received because the people are deprived of opportunity. They're deprived of, I want to use the word leadership, but they're deprived of representation. And that's why a lot of them, especially the older figures,
Yeah.
when they see me, they're a bit alarmed, they're a bit shocked. They want to know, how old are you?
Yeah.
But when they see the passion and the tenacity to help this community, it is well received, and they're actually motivating me.
Do you tell them your age?
Well, I tell them honestly. I tell them I'm 26 years old.
My goodness.
And
When you
they-
say that last time I asked you, you know how long ago I was 26?
I won't do the math for you.
Okay.
But yeah, that actually, it kind of gives them a breath of fresh air. Like there's so much hope and potential when they see me, and I'm glad that they're giving their views to me, and they're not as restricted as before. I guess the more you come around, the more they start to trust you, and the more they're opening up. I'm telling you their deepest concerns and what they wish for me to accomplish.
Yes.
And as I keep telling people all the time, I don't do a touch and a go something, which is when you say something just to say I did it. I try to make sure that I get as much information as possible without suffering analysis paralysis, so that I could then tailor a program, tailor a structure that does what it's supposed to do and impacts you the way it's supposed to.
You're so articulate. What's your birth month?
June 10th.
June. So it is quite possible that at the age of 26, you could be a member of parliament.
It is very possible.
Yeah, and we want young Barbadians to know that this is what this party is offering to the people of Barbados. A chance for young people to represent at the very highest level. And for that alone, I feel that we, the Democratic Labour Party, that we've done our duty. We've done our duty. We've done good by the young people of Barbados.
And you're not finished yet.
And we ain't
You're
done
not
yet.
finished
We ain't done yet.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to creating this opportunity, I'm not going to just do something to say, well, hey, well, this is something that I think would work and that is it. I'm getting views from every person they come in contact with. And every person within the constituency is not on the electoral and bodies commission, but I listen to every single thing so I can have a good understanding that when we decide to do this manifesto and push these initiatives,
Yes.
that you will be satisfied. Because that is our aim, to make sure that you're in good hands.
Excellent. Now we pre-plan the show as we do. We don't hide anything. I wanted you all to talk about the problems facing young people. Let's go to the schools, primary schools. I think you all have a primary school in your constituency, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
You have one, Damien?
Hainsbury.
All right, the opening batsman again.
Yes, sir. So
Primary schools,
the primary
problems
schools.
facing the little children.
We have different issues in the primary schools. One, some of the primary schools, example, St. Ambrose Primary School in the city need some attention. So I believe that the government need to send some resources to help the school.
Right.
I mean, those primary
That's your
schools.
only primary school?
No, we have Wesley Hall, St. Mary's.
Oh,
St.
Wesley. Whoa,
Yes.
you have a lot.
Go ahead.
The great Wesley Hall.
Yes. Yeah, so we have St. Ambrose, Wesley Hall, St. Mary's, Westbury, and also Bear Primary.
I just wanted you to show off, tell the public that you know, constituency. Look how
Yes,
he
sir.
rolled them off.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And those schools need assistance. Assistance not only in funding, but a breakfast program would be very helpful.
I wanted to tell the public that the idea that's going into the manifesto. So, Bajans, we're not going to surprise you that the idea for the national breakfast program came from Rowe.
Yes, sir.
On the show. On the show. And they say that we don't come with any proposals. Young Rowe had this idea, a national breakfast program.
And good news, one of my colleagues put me on to another colleague, and they will be looking to donate approximately 200 breakfasts to
Really.
get us started. Be looking at a March start.
And we had said it's for every child.
Every child.
That you're not going to go into a school and see some
Correct.
children here and
For
some eating there.
discrimination.
Everybody eats
Everybody.
together. Yeah,
Correct.
excellent.
I love that idea.
Yeah, so you know,
You heard it for the first time, Jamal?
No, I
Oh.
actually think it's going to impact children the way it's supposed to.
It's supposed to,
Correct.
yeah.
I don't want to take.
No,
You know, I can tell you from experience when I was younger, Ramon,
Thank you.
right?
Thank you.
In primary school, I wasn't always so bright and early. A lot of times it was rushed to get to school. So when you get rushed to get to school, you know it's normally
Which was your primary school?
St. Silas Primary School,
St. Silas.
right in St. Louis constituency.
Yeah.
So it was get up, bathe, brush teeth, and sometimes you toothbrush and water and toothpaste is the only thing that get in your mouth before next time. You know, I'm very serious. Before next time, yes, you would have snacks, but snacks is not a very firm and strong foundation for you early in the morning. And it wasn't my parents' fault; it was more my fault for not being so early and so on. But the point is, a lot of times I didn't have this breakfast, and even if you get school late too. Let me sit down, had the milk or the last good thing it was you gentlemen that
I was about to ask you. You don't know about the milk and biscuit days. Look, your audience, you have an audience here, the average age, I don't know, but we come from the milk and biscuit days. Around 10 o'clock, we used to get two, you know it was an Eclipse biscuit, right?
Yes.
The hard one.
Well, I
So the bits with the soft one.
Yeah.
Right.
I
We used to
heard-
get 2 Eclipse biscuits and a glass of milk. You know this deal? Around 10 o'clock.
I know for the glass of milk. As a whole, should just give me the milk.
Right, that's what I was saying.
I didn't
I
get
know about the
biscuits.
No,
milk,
we
sir.
didn't get biscuit.
We got
got
milk.
I know about the milk.
Just a glass
Right.
of milk.
Not the biscuit.
And
didn't
that's what
get
I'm
biscuit?
saying.
No, I didn't get
So it
biscuits.
wasn't
I got
one way
milk.
school.
I got
didn't
milk.
hear that.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. I think this initiative that you're trying to accomplish and you will pass,
Yeah, he
I
came up
love
with
it.
it.
It's
Yeah.
it's going to help significantly.
Yeah, good start to the day.
Yeah, reason the cost of living is extremely high.
Yes.
In addition to that, the breakfast, purchasing breakfast is extremely high.
Yeah.
You know, so when you look at parents, single mothers that have 3 and 4 children, she have to provide breakfast for these children. She's on a minimum wage. She has rent to pay, nursery fees to pay. How are this particular family going on? How these people eating?
Yeah.
I believe that once we as a government, you know, put our resources together. The reason why I say that, the breakfast program should be the easiest thing for any government to orchestrate.
That's it.
Reason being, the same way we provide duty-free concessions to the hotels, we can also ask these hotels to contribute,
Precise.
you know, to a
To the
breakfast.
breakfast program.
Yeah, to the breakfast program, because that goes back to the corporate responsibilities.
Yes.
Because
yes.
these same people, meaning our young people, our
Yes.
children,
Yes.
will grow and want to work in those same hotels. Those same children
yes.
will contribute to those same hotels.
Yeah.
So to cushion or to subsidize the cost for the government, partner with the hotels
Yeah.
and the restaurants.
Integrating tourism with education.
With education.
Ramon,
Yeah.
could you read the board, please?
Listening to the younger politicians, you can feel their commitment to the cause, which is to rescue Barbados and give hope to the less fortunate. Just excellent. They are excited and ready to serve.
Y'all don't know how proud I feel tonight. This is
Right.
not about my generation.
Yeah.
It's not about my generation.
That is
This
correct.
is you.
That is correct.
Y'all have to carry this thing.
Yeah.
And we will.
And
Yeah,
you will.
We will.
And
we
you will.
will. And I just
Yes,
want
Ramon,
to
go
echo
on.
the sentiments of my comrade Dale Rowe as well. I think it is an actual excellent program. I
Excellent
think it's an
program, yeah.
excellent initiative.
Born right here on
That is
DLP
correct.
TV.
Because
DLP.
the reality of it is that a lot of young children, they go to school hungry, you know, and it's something called hangry. They get very hungry.
Hungry.
They're hungry.
You know, Dr. Wickham
Hungry.
told us that. The
Of
night
course.
he was here.
Yes.
Of course.
That
Of
a
course.
child who has not eaten.
Of course.
That's not a happy
Of
child.
course, you know, and it's difficult to settle
Dr. Wickham
down,
told us that.
right?
Yeah.
Even after prayers and so forth, it's difficult to settle down
And you know, these children
when
have
you're hungry.
a buster or a pack of corn
I was
kernels
about to
to
mention
start
that.
their morning.
Yes,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah,
of course.
So that would contribute to the learning.
Yeah.
When
And
you
the
see-
anger.
yeah, and the anger. And then when we don't nip this in the bud, those children will get categorized as the disruptive child.
Correct.
And then you're gonna indoctrinate them like, you know, something is wrong with them. But you know, the nutrients is not afforded in the household,
Right.
Because the cost of living
Too
is
expensive.
so
Too
hard.
expensive, yes.
You know,
Yes.
so like I remember,
So our children are being disadvantaged by the high cost of living.
yeah, if Barbados is many Dubai, and if our people is the tourism driving force,
Yes.
because we are known for the tourism product.
Yes.
Why not let some of these same hotels, like I said, so much breakfast get dumped on a daily basis at these hotels?
Really.
I ain't working the field, so you know exactly what
Daily
you're saying. It's
basis.
true, I can bet that.
A lot of food is dumped.
I remember
And a lot of our children are hungry.
A lot.
While this food is being dumped.
we can share that food, that breakfast across primary and
Yes.
secondary schools.
Yes, yes.
Put
I'm
at
sure the
ease.
hotels would be happy to do it too.
Yeah,
Of course.
Or to
Put at
contribute
ease
to it.
on all of the parents.
Yeah.
Because the parents then, you know, could have a sense of relief.
Yes.
You know what, I know that the government. So this is what a state should be doing for the children.
Yes, correct.
You get me? A
Correct.
state should be doing that
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
children.
yeah.
Of course.
So that you know all of our children have a fair opportunity to go settle
Yes.
to learn.
Yes.
Because teachers have a very hard job. One, trying to get 30 children settled down, and if you have that 7 or 8, those can get categorized and then those get put in the naughty corner. And then you will have. I went into a primary school to talk to some of the boys that were giving trouble. So there's a group of boys, 15 young boys, and my first question to them: talk to me. Tell me why you are in this classroom. Why you get pulled from your regular class to be here?
Yes.
No one. I remember one little guy. He said, "My father there had enough money so I could get breakfast."
He told you that?
He told me this. I spoke to the principal, and the principal would have indicated that, you know, a lot of her students comes to school, and the first thing these boys have is a red buster or a buster. I took my daughter to the polyclinic, Sir Winston Scott, to deal with the glasses.
Yes.
So while we were there, I saw a 6-year-old girl in uniform having a dollar buster and a pack of corn curls. And the only thing that went through my mind is that any mother, all mothers care about their children's well-being.
Yeah.
And if a mother have to give a child a pack of corn curls, that means that mother have to be extremely in a desperate position.
Yes, yes.
That is
yes.
the only thing she could give.
Yeah.
She knows full well it will not do any good to the child,
But-
but at least it will fill
Fill
a
a space.
hole.
Yes,
Fill a
yes,
hole, yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So then when we want to talk about crime, we need to address
Diet.
the diet.
Yes.
We need to address issues that could help our people.
Yes.
A breakfast program will help our people.
Yes, it would.
More government nurseries will help our people.
But where's the
Say-
government spending the money, Damien Fanus?
I
Up
think
in Newton on the
on the chicken coop.
chicken coop, yeah.
Well, we know that they practically gave away 225 million of it here recently.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not, as I said, they're not investing in the Barbadian people.
And not investing in our children.
And not our children either.
Because we're talking about our children, I mean, that's where it begins.
We need to ramp up our political advocacy when it comes to our children.
To our children, yeah.
Because right now, our children are in a situation where that following generation has to take on this burden of the debt.
Yeah. Talk about secondary school then. They were talking about primary. You tell us about secondary schools.
Secondary schools, our secondary schools are failing too much of our young people. So about 60% of them are coming out without any form of qualifications.
60%.
About 60%. I was part of that 60%.
You were.
I was part of that 60%.
Great testimony.
And I can tell you it is not easy the transitioning from secondary school to move on to tertiary education is a nightmare in itself. Consider the nightmare when you come out with no qualifications.
I want you to give your testimony again. What did you do? You came out at what age?
I came out at 16.
16.
16.
No certification.
No certifications. And I would have been in limbo because my goal was to become a professional athlete. And the first door that was closed was not being able to achieve a scholarship, because you know you have to have the education as well. You have to have those CXCs.
This was to go on to the US?
To go on to the US, right? And once you get to the US, you probably, if you're good enough, you probably have a good chance to go pro.
Yes.
Because their facilities and their and their coaches, the structure, the infrastructure, it is they invest heavy in their sports. It's $1 billion business in the States.
Yeah.
So having access to those types of facilities, the coaching, the competition, you know, you probably have a good chance to transition into being a professional. So I tried to hold on to my dream. I tried to train. I had to work because
as I always say, 200 and 400.
No, I was sprinting when I was in my teens, 1 and 2.
Oh, 1 and 2.
I only transitioned to being a quarter miler when my coach was like, "You a training donkey, you know. You like to train. You got a quick start, but you don't finish the 100 the way that you want. But if I put you on a longer distance, you seem to run better. So I'm going to transition you to 2 and 4."
That was a weird decision.
Yeah.
You get me? I had a bullet start, right? Even though it was a quarter miler, you would put the quarter miler on maybe the bend, or maybe in the back straight.
Right.
So that because the back straight is longer, so then they give the quarter miler time to build up his speed, right? Being a quarter miler, I had the quickest start out of all of my comrades.
You're teaching me something here.
They used to put me to start, and everybody was like, "What this 204 man starting this relay? Oh yeah, boom, gone." You know what I mean? Yeah. Underestimate the quarter miler. You get me? So to try and achieve that, I had to go to school. I still had to train. So I used to use O-level private classes. Private classes. Still had to work because I was the only person working.
So you were working, doing classes,
supporting my brother.
And your brother?
Yeah,
younger brother.
My younger brother. He was still going to Alexandria when I finished school.
How old were you when you were working and supporting him?
About 17, 18.
17. No wonder you're so mature.
Yeah, so I knew what it felt like getting up, going to work, and sometimes either going to work, then going
at 17.
At 17, going to classes, and then still had to make up the training when everybody else go home.
So you're working, you're studying, you're training, and you're supporting your little brother.
My little brother.
How many years younger?
He's about 3 years younger than me.
So at 17, you were supporting a 14-year-old child.
And even when 18, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he would have stayed back at Alexandria a couple of years too to do some more CXCs.
Okay.
So he came out when he was 18 actually.
Yeah.
I'm glad you actually was in a position to allow him to develop and gain the skills that you yourself weren't able to. And I think that's something very, very, very commendable.
Yeah, he did. I think he got his CXCs before me.
Really?
Yeah, he got his CXCs.
So you're working, doing your O-levels.
I got my first CXC.
Supporting him, and he gets his CXCs before you.
He gets his CXCs before me.
Your heart is full of love, man.
This is why, sir, we as a government need to look at our sports program heavily. At a different level, at an international level. Do not wait to our people accomplish success to then want to afford them success opportunities.
Or give them a right for the airport.
You get me?
In
Nonsense.
the motorcade.
Look at Jamaica. Look at the US. Look at China.
Yeah.
Look at UK as it relates to any kind of teams. Either you're doing track, swimming, anything at all. Those international countries invest into the people because human resources, as all Barbados have, is human resource.
Yes.
We don't have the gold,
No oil.
the oil, the rice. We don't have it.
Yeah.
Our resources is our people.
People. Yeah.
We have too many talented people that, example, maybe if Damien had the financial backing as a young athlete,
Yeah.
who's to say he would have been an Olympic gold medalist?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was an athlete and I didn't have the funding either. And I didn't know a lot of other people that could have been either gold medalists, representing Barbados on a real high international level. Up to now, we only got a bronze medalist. Why is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you can't really. It's actually not just the people we have to be concerned with. It means the facilities and the structure itself. We don't have a stadium
yeah,
right now.
construction.
Correct,
Oh, yeah.
We don't have a
but,
stadium.
but number one,
We
let
don't
me
have
say-
11 mini stadiums somewhere.
Yeah, we got 11 mini
I haven't seen
stadiums.
them yet, but they're somewhere, bro.
A government needs to
Fence and bush.
put these things in place. If you really want, look, sports could bring in so much money, and that money will stay here because as a young athlete, I managed to win. Let me say hypothetically, I just won the gold medal at the Olympics. I get X amount of millions.
Yeah.
Where you take that money?
Home.
I coming home.
Precisely.
I can buy my car, the house, the business. Male or female athlete that achieve this money will bring it here to
And
this
invest
economy.
here. Yes. Yes.
And you know, every accomplishment that we make as a people has to be soft power that builds the name Barbados.
Yes.
So that is just another
Yes.
aspect of why we should really be invested in the infrastructure of athletes.
Start from school.
Yes.
Of course.
We need
Yes.
a solid sport program
Yeah.
that can help us develop a country full of athletes.
Yes.
You know, gentlemen, we had a sports program,
Oh, yeah.
and I promised every single time I come on the program,
promise
I
all
will
of them,
talk about Barbados Defense
You understand
Force.
my here?
Of course, no. Well, obviously, I heard this story,
Yes.
and I knew obviously that Tino Best came out of the sports program. The lightning quick Tino Best.
Yes,
you know.
A
But
genius.
of course, and that sports program, that was an opportunity for young men to see life as a semi-pro.
We've been trying to understand
semi-professional.
Ramon for a while. Why did government stop it?
Well,
It can't be money because they spend money in travel.
That is
This
correct.
country has spent millions in ministerial and prime ministerial
Millions,
travel. We
millions,
can't be
millions.
shy about saying that.
And I did my research. The program was around $1 million per year, and that's with
Small change compared
little
to the travel bill,
stipends,
the government's travel
little
bill.
stipends and so forth. So I
London's
am
getting the sewage tax.
yeah.
It's like 18 times that. So
Yeah,
they-
so
they
I
have the
am
funds.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am
yeah.
I'm
Well, they have enough
confused,
funds to send 225 million overseas.
Yeah, yeah.
From the taxes.
Of course. So that is very disheartening.
It is disheartening.
Very, very disheartening. And it seems to be the Barbados Party seems to be a government that gives people a fish, so they can just eat for the day.
For the day.
And they don't
teach
teach
them.
the people to fish.
I want to ask you all young men about the transition from school to adulthood in Barbados.
Hard.
Yeah, very, very difficult.
All the pains. Don't care where you are. It is hard. I was expelled no CXCs. It was hard.
You were.
Yes, sir. Even when you have CXCs, it is still hard.
I can tell you, I can test
And look, you all sitting here as candidates for a great
Yeah,
Democratic
yeah.
Party.
You know?
So
In
you know,
2025.
the system is not created for us to succeed. So my journey, I started as a porter, washing pots and pans,
We're in a hotel.
hotel, and I had a vision.
Your first job. That's your first job?
No, my first job was packing off cement bags off a truck at 15 years old. Was expelled out of school. Needed money. You get me? So,
Tell us about the porter thing.
yeah, the porter work. Started porter, and I wanted to get employee of the month because they say that no porters
Ever got that?
Ever got it, and I I got it. I managed to get it all year's night. I went to work the day at 7 a.m.
Uh-huh.
and I left the following day at 7 a.m. Straight 24
So
hours.
you were determined the porter was going to get his employees of the month.
to get it, and I got it.
Let me tell the public something. When this gentleman came to us, you know the story.
I know what you're going to
As a
say.
candidate,
I know what you're
no,
going
as
to
a
say.
candidate, he came.
I know what you're going to say.
And boy, they had some people there looking at shaking their head. You know, and how many? You had one person with you for the city?
Yes, sir.
And he looked up at us, and people doubted. We had a lot of doubting Thomases in the room. He said, "Look, I intend to be the candidate for the city." Democratic Labour Party. As far as I was concerned, it was all over. Determination. The man told us, "I intend to be the candidate for the Democratic Labour Party in the city."
Yeah.
You know-
Amazing determination.
That determination is the why. The why today is December 30th. This marks 8 years that my mother passed.
I'm
I'm going
sorry.
to say sympathies.
Today,
Today.
Sympathies.
condolences. Yeah.
So my mom,
No way.
I during my journey as a porter,
Marks 8 years.
8 years.
You got to tell us your age then.
33.
Now you're 33 now?
Yes, sir.
You know how long I was 33? That's my standard question. So your mom passed when you were 25?
25. Yeah.
25.
So I was at work. I was a assistant manager. Just got the job. Mom called. She was ill. I told them, well, I can't come now. My staff calling sick. So I had a restaurant to manage. I had guests in the restaurant.
Yes.
So, and I was not appointed this position. I was in my probation period. So I could not leave. I refused to leave to go home to my mom.
Really?
When my shift was completed,
Oh boy.
I hand over. That time I didn't have no vehicle. I left work about 3:30.
This was on the West Coast?
West Coast, Treasure Beach Hotel.
You were living in Carrington Village at
We
the
were
time?
living in Black Rock at that
Black
time,
Rock.
behind Kelton.
Okay.
Got into the bus, get off by Kelton, walk behind Kelton to go home. So as I got home, I took off my tie and I said, well, Mom, well, this ain't good enough. My mom was like, only wrong. I said, Mommy, this ain't good enough. We gotta get you to the hospital. My mother looked at me, take a couple breaths and went low. As soon as I get home,
Jesus.
swear to you, no lie,
Right now,
dead, passed,
I'm
gone,
sorry.
body cold.
you saw this.
Witness it. She wait till I got home.
She waited.
Today, this day,
This day.
this
30th
30th
December.
December.
Yes. It's tough.
So, the why. That's why I told you that day when you guys interviewed me, I have to be the candidate.
Yeah.
My why is because I told my mom that I asked her, you know, at that time I was a porter at Sandy Lane, and during the day I would do salesman work at floor. So I work at porter on the night time, night shift, and then I asked for straight graveyard, and then
Yeah.
during the day I would go to floor and sell all the floor products.
Wow.
So a guy met me in St. George. He said, "Man, you would be a very good politician." This time I was about 21 years old. You're telling me about politics, brother? That's what that what was in my mind. But then I remember at the age of 25, I was driving. I took my mom to Sheraton to pay the bills, and I was in a crossroads at that point. I didn't know where I was going at 25. What I want to do.
Yeah.
I just become a young manager. The salary don't reflect it because as a
You had the title. You had big title.
just big title and I still had one salary pay. So I had to act in the position, qualify, pass the probation, and then
Yes.
give me all the other benefits.
Yeah.
So at that point I was frustrated. Like, I have children. Where am I going? What am I doing with my life?
And these were your daily thoughts.
Daily thought. So then I said, my mom, a guy mentioned about politics. What do you think? She said, man, I think you would be a very good politician. My mother never, ever, ever, ever agreed about anything that I ever did. So when she passed, I told her, I'm going to make sure that you are proud. So I am running. I joined the Democratic Labour Party because my mom was struggling at that time when David Thompson made bus fare free. I was 17, and my sister had the opportunity to benefit from that.
Right.
And my mom used to watch a lot of the debates from Parliament, and you know, she struggled. She was a single mom on welfare. So for me, this journey is not for fame or is not for money.
Mavis Lashley is telling you my condolences to you, Dale.
Thank you. You know, and
thanks, Mavis Lashley.
And today, I choose to come because this shows me that she is here. She's watching over, and I am going to rap. My voice is for the single mothers that struggle.
Let's read Corbin then. Rosaline Corbin. You need to hear this, Dale. Sending hugs to you, Dale. You are blessed as a reward for your love and respect for your mother.
You're here. Yeah.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
Yeah. So let me just obviously interrupt a bit.
Before you go, let's read this one. Who is this one from? Give us it. Sandra Charles.
Yeah.
These young guys were not born with a gold spoon, so they are more aware of the everyday struggle of the little poor man.
Yeah.
Correct.
They did not live in the heights we are seeing, observing street smart visions.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Sandra.
And so we talked about that transition from school to work. I remembered my first day at work, and I think these are things that we need to tell the younger people in secondary school. You know, my interpretation or my viewpoint of work, you would go into a workplace and you would do your job, and you would come out to the workplace.
What were you
when the evening? I was in customer service. Customer service. My first job was actually at Collins Wholesale. Customer service.
You were air conditioning, man.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Right? I was an invoice clerk, so I would invoice the orders via phone.
This is on Broad Street?
No, this one is in Warrens.
Oh, that one.
Right?
Okay.
So, you know, I always thought that you would do your work and you would just go home at the end of the day. You paid, obviously.
Yeah.
But then there's work challenges and there's a little politicking here, politicking there. Right? So, first day at work.
How old were you, Ramon?
I was 18.
18?
Yeah, 18. First day at work, and I made an error, right? In terms of someone wanted, say, a drug called Paxil, and I invoiced Lassie pill or, you know, any drug like that, right? But I mean,
kill somebody.
Okay, just so I made an error, right? And one of the gentlemen from the back, I would never forget this. He came down because he would usually have to use. Sometimes they would have to use a forklift to go for the item, right? So when you build the wrong item, when you invoice the wrong item, that effort, you know, is a waste. That's a waste of time. You just wasted
the
time.
Forklift and so on.
Because the forklift and everything. So he came down, you know, livid, extremely livid, and he said to me,
"Forklift driver."
Yes, of course, because you have to pick the good.
Yes.
He said to me, "Listen, I'm going to tell the manager. Is either me or you. One of we got to go here today."
And this is your first day.
First day at work. Right?
Wow.
I obviously use some words in between there, but I can't repeat them, right? Of course. Right? But that experience, you know, if you didn't have a broad back or some hair on your chest, you would instantaneously get a broad back and some hair on your chest, right? So these are things we need to tell the younger people going into the world.
The challenges.
You know, the challenges.
The struggle.
You know, but I believe that sometimes at school we learn, obviously we're taught maths and English and so forth, right? Which is very important, mind you. But in terms of the life experiences and so forth, that need to come. That needs to come into play as well too. You know, because you need that mental strength. You know, that mental strength to deal with that transition from school to work.
Your uncle is my very good friend, Henderson Seeley.
Yes.
He's watching. Henderson is watching.
More than lately.
Give us some testimony. The transition from school to work for young people in Barbados.
I'll just share a brief experience. My first job was at 16 years old.
16.
16 years old. I can be upfront. My mom wanted me to go and be the chef at Pomerine. My father also endorsed that idea. But for me, I wanted to be a musical artist at the time.
Really?
So I know
What
that-
instrument?
No, when I say musical artist, I mean like sing.
Sing.
Chant,
Oh,
dance all, Bajans,
Yeah,
dance all,
yeah,
soca, whatever. I still am very passionate about music. At the time, I wasn't going to be supporting that idea, so I started working on myself. But when I got a job, they didn't even know. And at least for the first week. To be
You got the job at the first day.
Yeah, no, I for the first week. I'm honest with you.
So you were sneaking out of the house and
So I
saying
left
what?
extremely early, and I used to be out and come back in late and so on. So they didn't know for the first week, to be honest.
So what would you say when you were leaving home?
No,
down the road?
it's just that a lot of times Daddy would be outside with the animals, Mommy wouldn't be getting ready, and, you know, I would just move early.
You moved
Move
early.
early, and that, at least the work started, the toll started to take up. And
You
then-
got the whole set laughing.
But long story short, what I can tell you is I learned from a very early age the value of work, and
Of course.
everybody's not built for every environment they're in. No, I went in, I was working with Jada in construction. And yes, I have cement mixer, but the sand don't get there by itself. The concrete, the cement mix don't get there by itself. So I actually had to push my cart full of sand. I had to lift up by the cement 2 and 3. And trust me, once you start doing that, especially if you don't got a strong breakfast like I didn't, it's not the easiest thing, to be quite honest with you. Plus the pay don't really reflect like that. So what happened to me is I was working there for a solid, I think, near 7 months. Near 7 months.
Your
right?
parents found out after how?
Well, no, but after the first week.
After
At
the
time,
first
the aches and pains, I don't want to go, but the time you want, my father tell me you want to be a man, go do my things.
Yes.
So
yes.
in fact, he used to come and visit me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna make him mistake. The second week alone, he had to come and visit me up from then on to come and go work. Because when I sit down and start thinking with cheese on, I gotta go back on that scaffold and pull that five-story scaffold and pull that more all the way up again. It's not the most exciting thing to do. But what it did do is it built character. It built character.
That's right.
in me. And so what I'm gonna say is that one incident came and it threw me off. I had some sawdust with him the other day, and I took a break, and one of the project managers came down and saw me. He was pissed because I was a workhorse. So you know, if I miss it, you know I'm missing. And the words that he said to me kind of clicked, not in the way he wanted. He said, "Mala, if you're working, go home." You know, and I was like, I am in pain right now. You're offering me any assistance. I just need a minute to collapse on what I get it dishonest on my you're not forgiven. I said, okay, you're right. I came home. And I left then. My mother and my father were asking me, so you're done work, Jamal, you finally go home. The window for there was closing too. And we were in the best financial situation, so we were in kind of a money crisis and we had a about it. And it got me to thinking, you know what? I didn't want to try the skills training aspect of things.
You're such a good example for young people, all of you. Tell us how much money you were working for in that first job.
First job.
You remember?
$323 at the time. That's what I was getting paid. I can remember some of my
$323
checks. Yeah, I took the $323
per week.
Yeah, per week.
Not bad.
Yeah.
For a 16-year-old boy?
Well, yeah.
You were
But the
rich.
thing was, well, I invested it into my music career.
We want to talk about that too.
I'll get to that in a
Let
second.
me go around then. Your first job, how much you were working for?
$225 when I had to buy
$225 per
week.
Damien, how much?
Probably a little over $300.
$300 a week.
Mine was 300.
300.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Well, I guess in the construction, like it was a little bit more forgiving than I thought. I didn't feel like it.
Yeah, 300.
But this is what really got me to thinking. Part of the reason why I had to get construction, and I probably should have left that, was because when I left Courage and Paris with my CXCs, I was told I am not qualified to come and work. Even though I have food nutrition at grade 2, I can't come and work in the kitchen because you don't have any experience.
Yeah.
That's what drove me to saying, well, I can do some construction. Honest day of living. Wasn't the easiest from here, but it worked. When I left the construction area and I went to the skills training, I came out as a valedictorian, represented Barbados as the World Skills Chef.
Congrats.
Congrats.
And
I got you covered
this is
now.
when
You
this is when
You ate his food yet?
No, what happens?
You taste his
I actually told him I'm gonna challenge him
Really?
in a food.
They have a cooking
cacao.
competition at
Well,
some
let's do it here one night on the
That's not
set.
a problem.
So I need some more time. I need some more time to plan and everything.
This is about 4 months you're planning, but
Wow.
somebody running from somebody.
Yeah, I think so.
Somebody
Wow,
running
you're
from
running
somebody.
like Hungry you know.
No, I got it covered.
Yeah.
I got it covered.
But what really
Give me some
stood
more
out to me,
time.
right?
Okay.
What really stood out to me was, and I'm not want to put the name of the business out there, but this really got me to thinking, and this is part of the reason why we represent for employment so heavily where young people are concerned.
Where young people are
We're
concerned.
younger, especially younger people,
Rights.
because
Young people's rights in the area of employment.
heavily. I went to go after getting my qualifications, highest level of competency in my CBQ level 5, and I went to go out to gain employment. And I would hand out, and not literally hand out to every business from the West Coast, because you know that's a hub for tourism and a hub for.
Sorry to interrupt you. Alwyn
Very
Bab
good.
is saying the future of leadership in our party is in good hands.
Thank you,
Alwyn.
Alwyn. Thank you,
Thank you,
Alwyn.
sir.
Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
He
Thank
said
you.
this is awesome. This represents the
Yes.
quality of choices before.
My gold medals.
Outstanding young
My
people.
gold medal.
Tell him
I
about
we
Mr.
received
Bab.
that. We
Yeah.
received that.
My gold medal accomplishment because of Mr. Bob.
Because of Alwyn Bab,
Yeah,
the coach.
I put my muscle.
Lester Vaughn.
That's what
Oh, wow.
I put a hit muscle.
Look at the camera and tell Alwyn thanks.
You know, thank you very much, Mr. Bob. You know, Mr. Bob contributed real good to me. I put a hit muscle.
You hear what he's calling Mr. Bab? I like to call it Alwyn.
I put a hit muscle and Mr.
Thank you,
Bob
Mr. Bab.
took me to FMH, pay the bill.
Really?
Yeah.
These are
Mr.
the
Bab.
things teachers do. The heroes in the schools.
Wow.
Alwyn, thank you. Sorry, Mr. Bab.
Mr. Bob also would have been instrumental in my African
Really? You
career.
too?
So, yeah, when it was actually going to school and working, it was freedom striders. I was trading that. And
With- with Mr. Bob.
Mr.
Well
Bob
done,
was
Mr.
cool.
You got any Mr. Bab stories?
I got Mr. Vaughn stories.
Mr.
though.
Vaughn
Mr. Vaughn
stories.
stories.
Okay.
He lives in Walker, so he was the
Celebrate.
coach. Thank you very much, Mr. Vaughn. Yes, he
These
was
outstanding
very
people.
instrumental in my cricketing
Beautiful. Oh, yes.
endeavors.
Vaughn.
Of course,
Oh, everybody used to talk about him.
of course, Mr. Vaughn. Yeah,
From Alexandria.
that is correct. Yeah.
When clubs are going to play
That is
Alexandria.
correct, yeah, he-
Boy, Vaughn
he
played.
bowled-
We used to call him Vaughn.
Yes, he
Vaughn
bowled a
played.
lovely outswing.
Yes.
A lovely
How is he?
outswing. He's okay. He's good. He's
Not
good.
playing cricket again?
No.
How old is he
He's
now?
retired. He's about 60. He's about 60 something, I believe.
So,
Yeah.
Sorry for calling this
Yeah.
age on.
No problem. Yeah, no
Thank
problem. That's
This is
fine.
interesting.
But sir, Jamal, before you go on, remember we had a race. This was at the St. Thomas.
Oh,
playing
yes,
field.
yes.
Yeah, we had a race, but
You
one second.
I run.
No.
But you're behind me. And you're behind me.
No. Hold on. I didn't run, you know. Remember, I brought home the bacon where the cricket is concerned. I was the last person, one of the people who came off, who finished the game.
But who won the race? Y'all not saying?
A young man.
young man.
A young man.
I ain't for them.
Oh,
I ain't for them.
A young man.
I won amongst my
I did. I was a.
you were the candidate section.
Yes, sir.
I was a
7-year-old
trained
monkey,
monkey.
yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
right.
he's young in his prime, you know.
Yeah, he's in his
He
prime.
could be
Yeah.
young,
But you're 26,
Yeah.
that's your
Yeah.
prime.
So
But I
yeah.
think he's very gifted at his age. you
Let's
know?
hear what Lemuel Tal is telling you. Some of those older folks used to try to make you feel like you didn't belong in the company, or that you should know the job,
Yeah,
even though you had just started.
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
That was your experience.
Yes, that is correct. That is
Yeah.
correct. In a serious way.
discrimination.
Yeah, in a serious way. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and I guess at
Come
that
back to
point,
Jamal, don't worry.
there won't be some level of intimidation as well too. You know.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
part of the
course.
crisis of being young.
Yeah,
The
that is correct.
discrimination you
That is
face
correct. You know, and
sometimes from
you know,
older people.
and these are the things we would need to talk about.
Yeah.
Where the younger
Oh,
people
most definitely.
are concerned. We
But
would need to.
your stories are the example to young people of the value of struggle.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, learning to struggle,
It
building
makes you-
character.
Yeah, it makes you who
Yeah,
you
makes
really
you
are.
strong.
And it
Yeah.
shows you who you are as well.
Precisely.
I'm going to wrap up this
Precisely.
story quickly.
No,
But
take
I know
your
they- I
time.
know
take-
they got something you want to share.
Okay,
So I want
okay.
to say is that I went to Lime Grove in particular, and this is probably about my 18th CV was handing up for the day. I remember it like it's yesterday. It
Uh-huh.
kind of turned.
So you walking around with these CVs
Oh
hanging
yeah,
about?
yeah, I had to.
Yeah.
I had to because I realized that when you send emails, a lot of things you don't get a
Yeah,
response.
I always
And
tell
it was-
people, personal.
Yeah, and
Keep it
I wasn't
personal.
about to- I wasn't about to waste my effort sending off and feeling stagnated and not knowing if you're gonna get a call back or not. So I always had to go, get through the guard, go right up, hand to HR, right? this particular area in Line Grove did not have that luxury. I just went and I almost called him the business. I went and I said I would like to speak to the manager, so on and so forth. I asked what is it about. I said looking for work, got a CV in my hand. The gentleman took it from me, he opened it in, he eyes open wide. He called the gentleman's name, which is the manager at the time. He came, he said, this young fella here looking for work. And they want to work for him.
How old were you?
I was 18 years
18.
old. Yeah, I was then I had no becoming about it turning from Barbados Vacation and Training Board at the time. That was in 2017. When he saw the fear for himself, he was like, you represent Barbados over a skill? I said, yeah. I was like, okay, I said, so you to be able to, you know? He said, well, we have vacancies, but to tell you the truth, FAA right now, you can got my job. That was his exact words. I was like, I just want to be consistent, anything, because I wanted to work, and it was tearing your nose. And funny enough, he told me, oh, sorry, but I can't do that for you. I heard the people fold up. I said, well, have a nice evening. And as I was walking away, I heard the sound of my CV landing in the garbage.
Really?
Yeah. And I turned back around, just a very funny one. And I looked, and it almost broke me. I was like, he tried to tell me, almost, because I was like, it almost feel like you don't get no work.
Yeah.
And that if he ain't showing me, but if he dropped this in here before he even get too far, what happened to the rest?
Precisely.
You know, so it really got me to realize that we really need to start looking at the employment, the unemployment, especially for these younger individuals, because people think that they're young and don't have anything to offer, but that is not the case. You know, and you need to have more advocacy where this is concerned.
Never give up. Never give up. Yeah. Look, somebody with these high salaries y'all had, I can't see the name, but he said, comrade at 18 years, what's the name? Davis. XC Davis. Comrade at 18 years, I got $110 per month.
Wow.
As CO at the Airport Civil Aviation Office. What's CO? Director, you know, a CO. Anyhow,
Custom officer.
so I was telling, you know, when y'all say 300 and something, I asked, you know, for what?
It was a different economy back then.
That's the thing
so
too.
it sounds like a lot to Davis.
I wonder what year
300 and something a week.
that year that was, because
Right.
obviously with inflation,
70s.
right in 70s,
70s,
you know.
60s.
Because when I was 16, I was only 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it was a different time. I'm really wondering when he was getting paid.
In fact, that 300 you were working for per week, a lot of people in the 70s were getting that. 60s and 70s were getting that per month. But of course, the cost of living was high.
Of course.
And now we have more money crisis than ever before.
Yeah, but a lot of people you see now who are comfortable or who look comfortable, you see the struggles that you went through, you're not the first that have gone through it.
Yeah.
Other people struggled and they prevailed. And here you are showing that you will prevail too. And a good example to young people in this country.
Of course. And I want to rubbish the notion that the young people aren't ambitious in this country.
And are not trying.
And are not trying.
Yeah.
I've traversed my constituency and I've had the absolute pleasure of meeting a lot of young, ambitious, energetic, intelligent,
motivated,
every word you can use to feel accomplished and to admire a particular person. You know, I have had the pleasure, and I continue to have the pleasure. They're looking.
Clerical office, he says.
Yes, there we go.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No problem. You know, and they're looking. You know, they're trying their very best. But what we're getting a lot of now, and I think we mentioned it earlier in the program, we're getting a lot of underemployment. Lots of underemployment. They're talking about, as I mentioned before, 2 months on, 2 months off. Then there's a love there, you know. There's a love there. Then they have to go back, obviously, to the people who are responsible for employment.
What does that do to a person's morale? Week on, week off, month on, month off.
It definitely hurts the morale in a
Of course,
serious
it hurts
way.
financially.
Of course, financially.
You lose the dignity that you should have.
And that light of the end of the tunnel that's supposed to be bright light becomes extremely dim to dark, you know, and that is extremely unfortunate, you know, because, you know, in terms of getting loans, in terms of building a future, it is very difficult to do that.
Well, I want you to state the case then for self-employment.
Yes, of course.
You're self-employed.
Yes, well, basically, I'm an agent, so what I do, that is correct, right? Yes. But what we need to do is also educate the young people where the challenges of self-employment is
Yes,
concerned with.
yes.
I mean, it's not to run them, but it is to make them extremely aware that this will happen. You are
Are
not
a lot
alone.
of young people interested in self-employment?
They're extremely interested in
Why?
self-employment.
Why?
Well,
In my day, self-employment was a no.
A lot of young people,
Left school,
they're not as risk averse as the older people,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They're bold, they're energetic, they're willing to step outside the box to obviously make money and
But we
To
got
have
to
a
get
career.
political too.
of course.
We have young people interested in self-employment. And the government will take up $75 million a year, which
Of course,
is what?
of
Half of
course.
that is what? US dollars when it comes.
Of course.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And send it overseas.
Yeah,
And
of
not
course.
invest in our young people who are interested in
That
self-employment.
is correct. That is correct. you know.
And we need to remind Barbadians of this. Why are you investing in people overseas? And we have young people here, like you gentlemen,
Of course. Yeah.
who are interested in pulling yourself up. And you need some help.
Yeah.
And the young people in Barbados need help.
You're
And the
right.
government is going to export your parents'
course.
taxes and your taxes.
Correct.
And let me just say, in my rural constituency,
Yes.
the young people are extremely. I met a young lady, and she said, "Well, you know what? I'm extremely interested in obviously agriculture.
agriculture.
There's so much flora and fauna in my constituency.
It's
You know,
in
people, they want to do
Yeah,
things where that is
yeah.
concerned. You
But
know,
the help is not
That
there.
is correct. You know,
The
that is correct.
structure,
The structure.
Framework.
You know.
But
That is
here it
correct.
is. Let's go political. Here is the government spending millions of dollars
Yeah.
on luxuries,
Yeah.
on overseas, should be investors, and the young people in Barbados, what are they doing?
Right.
Of course.
Also, the young people struggling from the perspective of when you leave school with all of these CXCs. So, my experience as a food and beverage manager, when I'm looking for waiters, waitresses, hostesses, bartenders, porters, barbacks. When I'm looking for these staff, a lot of young people will come to my job fair. And when I'm interviewing the young people, they might have the CXCs. However, young people struggle with how to create the CV. Young people also struggle with handling the interview. So we need to create a world of work program that the secondary schools could adopt and help these young people, because a lot of our Barbadian young people leaving school with 7 and 8 CXCs, you know.
Of course.
So we have some brilliant young people, but they cannot land a successful interview, or if they have the interview, they fail miserably. So we need to look at that avenue to help those young people, because as a manager, you know, we a lot of young people cannot articulate themselves in the interview, and we would then pass these young people, they motivate these young people, and that then could contribute to these guys want to do crime. I know guys that got 7 CXCs but choose to sell drugs.
Listen to read what Lemuel Tullis tells you.
My first job in 1969 was at $80 a month. Then I went to another company for $120 per month. I finally went into teaching for $180
a month.
per month. Right?
That was
See,
a
there are
different
people who
time.
struggle
Of course.
harder than you.
Yeah, and it was a different time.
And you struggle.
Yes, most definitely.
I get the sense though that the Barbados Labour Party, they have no issues in creating an environment where, you know what, you have to come for me. You have to come to me where work is concerned. You
Well,
have
you know what
to
I want
come
y'all to
to
do?
me.
And young people in Barbados.
You have to come to me.
When you want to be reminded of how this government is relating to the citizens, drive up Newton. Look to the right, and you will see the dome out there that's been built.
I know exactly what you mean.
Unoccupied. You look to the left, you see the chicken pen. Today I got another figure. I'm told it's about 30 million. I drove close to it, and parts of it, some drapes or something, they're coming down. I think we had bad weather last night.
Oh,
And I'm told that they have to dismantle it and then build it back.
Oh, wow.
Then the other one, by the burial ground, I'm told that's the biggest set of concrete poured in Barbados. All unfinished, all millions of dollars spent within less than a square mile, or about a square mile. And young people in Barbados need to drive by there. I've asked David Boyne to take the cameras up there. Let us do a documentary on it
We need
and
to.
show Barbadians where their money has
Yeah, we
gone
really need to.
And
over the last years. Yes, Damien.
If I may, comrade, I want to add to your point, but my approach may be a bit unorthodox.
Yes.
But I promise you, I will get to strengthen your point on the performance of this government.
Yes.
I came across a social media post the other day from a popular influencer. This individual would have put up that she had a conversation with a gentleman who said between the lesser of the two evils, the B or the D's, the D's is the lesser of the two evils, and he will go with the D's. And she said that, but that hurt her head.
We're
right?
not evil.
We're not evil, but that's.
We're party for good.
But this is how I took that comment. We cannot be for young people. We cannot be for young people and write them off before they've had a chance to perform. Because this is my thing. This is my thing. And I want to be as clear and introspective as possible when I say this. Because to me, the Barbados Labour Party does not have a monopoly on intellectual beings.
On
Intellectual beings, persons,
Yes.
professionals. They don't have a monopoly.
They don't.
There are people who will not subscribe to their philosophy of governing. So the alternative would be to join another particular party or to join the Democratic Labour Party. So my thing is that how can you talk about supporting young people but sever it by saying things like them's never again because they decide to subscribe to the philosophy of Arrow Barrow.
history has brought us to this point. Read Rosalind Corbin. It's consistent with the point you're making.
These young men are unpretentious, downright honest, with a level of social and emotional intelligence as they identify and speak of their own realities and of their peers.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rose.
This is the juxtaposition I want to get at. Because you are writing off young people by saying we will never vote for the Democratic Labour Party again, who's never had the chance to walk up the streets of Parliament.
Correct.
But ignore the 7 years of blunders,
Of
wastage,
7 years of famine.
7 years of tribulation.
Yes.
Their record is on show for us to see. We
On
can
show,
cut it with a knife. We
precisely.
can literally smell it because it stinks. But you would rather write off young individuals who don't subscribe to another party's philosophy and tell them we will never vote for you, and they've never even had the chance to
Precisely.
prove themselves. And my thing is about that. I'm going to speak very passionately about this. When you come into a job, it is unfair for somebody to hold you to the standards of the predecessor or the work of the predecessor. Now, my thing is, you can believe whatever you want to believe of the performance of the previous administration. You were entitled to that, and you spoke to that when you voted, right? But you should not put a milestone around the neck of young people based on the performance, your perceived performance of the
Your
previous
perceptions, yeah.
administration.
Agreed.
It's not fair to
Agreed.
them,
Right.
and they don't have a record. So you can't be telling people I can't vote for nobody and they don't have a record. They've not been given the chance to prove to you that they're about service.
Correct.
They just don't subscribe to the BLP philosophy.
Correct.
And if you can look at the BLP's record now,
That's right.
and still say I'm not going to go with a young person who is fresh in politics,
That's right.
that is the problem, because
That's
then
right.
you can't be saying you for young people
Hear, hear.
and then cutting them out before they've had the chance to
you
perform.
so much.
Thank you, Mavis
Thank you.
Lashley.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, we have to wish Barbadians a happy 2026. Final words quickly. They tell us that our transmission will end shortly.
Oh, okay.
Starting with you, Jamal.
I would
Final
say-
words.
I would say that have a very, very happy new year in advance, and that the Democratic Labour Party is willing to support you. We are willing to retake government, and we are willing to represent you, and especially me, to the best of our abilities. And that is what we'd like to leave with you. Our aim is to make sure that young people, senior people, everybody all together is satisfied with government.
Well said. Dear Rowe.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Again, I just want to say I want to wish the whole of Barbados a great 2026, because 2026 is the beginning of a new year,
Yes.
and also 2025 is the end of the 9 year. Because when you do when you add the numbers,
Yes.
you will then see how everything aligns with the stars
Okay.
and everything, So basically what I'm trying to say is that we need to set good examples for ourselves.
Yes.
Start with the man in the mirror, and let us start at 2026 on a new slate. Let us look to be more loving to one another, so that we could contribute to a better economy.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we all have to live here. We all will pay if, you know, the crime goes up, if the crime goes down.
Yes.
It will affect each and every
Each and every
Barbadian.
one of us.
So
Yes.
we need to embody love and push love
Yes.
and push good habits.
Yes.
Good habits meaning, you know, be a brother's keeper. You know, in addition to that, you know, as we start in the new year, 2026, we should start a new government.
Excellent
Because
point.
Barbados Labour Party do not care for the citizens. I saw the article. They want more money. You know, increase in pay.
Yes.
You should not be
Wow.
asking for increase in pay.
Yes.
You should be
Yes.
looking to serve the people and increase the people pay.
That's right.
You get me? And make cost of living better for each
Precisely.
individual. Not only make the
Precisely.
cost of living for that 1%. We have too many single mothers that need assistance, single fathers that need assistance, young people that need assistance. Right now, Barbados is a hopeless space because young people don't see a bright future. We have a lot of brain drain,
Drain,
and
yeah.
we also have young people that say, you know what? I am gonna go out with a bang. Either gonna shoot and kill, spend time up top, or they prefer to give the life.
Dale, we are committed as a party to a reduction of VAT. We're not going to give the figure yet,
There.
but we are committed to that. Ramon,
There.
final words for 2025.
Yes, that's correct. I want to say a blessed, prosperous New Year to all the viewers, especially the people of the beautiful constituency of St. Andrew.
St. Andrew.
I want the viewers to look at the screen now, you know, in a serious way. I want the panelists to look at the screen. We are the faces of change.
That's right.
In Barbados.
Well said.
We
Well said.
are the faces where the light of the tunnel is concerned. We are that light. And
Thank you.
I just want to let Barbadians know, vote change, vote Democratic Labour Party. Do the right thing.
The right thing.
The right thing.
The
Do the
right,
right thing.
The right thing.
The right
And
thing.
the best of St. Michael West. The man himself, Damien.
Let me say, right, Christmas is gone, but being ratified as a candidate for the constituency of Michael West is the best gift.
There.
Best gift I can make.
There.
Welcome
Say,
aboard.
Because it feels as vindication. A young man who believed in himself, had some troubles, saw a dream, believed in it, worked for it, and achieved at the highest ability. And I want people to say, I want to say to people that, you know, my story is inspiring as it is. It should be looked at as a cautionary tale, and they keep saying that our young people need help, they need investment, they should not go through what I went through to achieve. You don't want a young man who's working a job and then training and then have to support. You know, you want a young man to be able to freely pursue, understanding of the need, you know, the importance of hard work, but not burdensome work.
Thank you.
We need to invest back in our people, and the Democratic Labour Party government will do that.
Thank you. And I want to thank these four wonderful young men for allowing me into their space tonight. Tuesdays is normally their night. I apologize for invading the space of the youth, but I just came to talk to them, hear the concerns of young people. This is about you gentlemen. The future is yours. And to say to all Barbadians, thanks for allowing us into your homes on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. We ask you to be careful tomorrow night. We've had far too many tribulations this year. Let's end the year on a good note. I want the people in Barbados to pray for these young men. Damien, Ramon, Dale, and Jamal. I wish you all so well,
Thank you.
as
Thank you
you
very much.
launch your political careers.
Thank you.
I want you to win. I want you to do well. I want you to serve the people of Barbados. And while serving the people of Barbados, do not forget to serve God as
Yeah.
well.
Thank you so much.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
So good night to all. Happy 2026. Bye-bye.
Since I'm moving, one DLP. Since I'm moving, since I'm moving, since I'm moving, since I'm moving, one DLP. Since I'm moving, yellow is the code.
future bright. New ideas, fresh minds. We bringing the flame. Barbados future. We changing the game. Every street, every parish, everybody see. Young them's leading, we claiming victory. Yeah. Sit in the bus, sit in the hall. Together we rise. We answer the call. From east to west, let the people know. One DLP, we ready to go. Sits and moving, let we push the bus. One DLP, moving on with us. Together as one, we take the fight. Sits and moving, the future bright. Oh, we are not there. Who got the energy? Who we riding? DLP bus. Future clear, Barbados strong. One DLP, we all be on. Sits and moving, let the people see. Give us on the road, full speed we be. No stopping now, we answer the call. One DLP, one family standing tall. Seats are moving, seats are moving, seats are moving. One DLP, seats are moving, seats are moving, seats are moving, seats are moving. Young them's pushing, seats are moving, seats are moving.
Bajans, hear me now. If I, Aero Barrow could talk today, I got something to say. Why, raise your flag, but open your eyes. Yeah. If I, Aero Barrow, had to speak today, what I see would break my heart away, nothing changed. Just a mirror frame, same corruption, just a brand new name. My people, I'm sad to say, you reaping all you sow today. The pride and industry fade away, and now we fighting to find we way. Yeah. Life at two extremes, I tell you so. Hope and hunger, high and low. Poverty mixing with champagne flow, but poor man still can't grow. Suffering and celebrating, starving while them still partaking. Bajans rise, time to break that spell. Stop showing contempt for yourself. Buy yourself. Back in the 80s, I had to say you can't change when thieves lead the way. Corruption sweet when give us pay, and government take what poor man lay. Taxation high like mountain peak, while schools and roads still spring a leak. Them flying